Fresh from the showcase here at SwissWatchExpo, have a pair of fantastic new arrivals that just came in that I am so excited to share with you. These are a couple of Omega Railmasters, which might not be a name that you're familiar with depending on how well versed, I should say, you are with the entire Omega catalog. This is a very unique watch with a very unique history amongst the Omega line. It was originally one of the big three sport models that they made. We all know the Seamaster for diving, the Speedmaster, of course, their chronograph built for the racetrack, whereas the Railmaster was originally introduced in 1957 along the other two as sort of the scientist watch. This was their original anti-magnetic watch, and it was built for both the scientific community and the railway engineering community, both kind of jobs that can lead you to be around some pretty extreme magnetic fields, which can cause havoc on some of the other watch models, specifically mechanical watch models of that era. So Omega came out with this one, and it was an incredibly practical watch for that reason. But as you can imagine, its history is a little bit more volatile than the other two. Many of you probably haven't heard of this line compared to the Seamaster and Speedmaster. And because it was sort of built for scientists, railway engineers, let's say less, I don't know, sexy, desirable positions that children dream of growing up to become, unlike scuba diver and race car driver, it didn't really capture the public's imagination. So this particular line has been discontinued and brought back several times throughout its history. Never really had a huge hold on the market the way that the Seamaster and the chronographs did. But I think this is the one that's going to stick. This is hands down my favorite Railmaster that Omega has ever made, and I'm going to go into the myriad of reasons why that is. First of all, it's a really simple looking design. In some of the re-releases that Omega has made of the Railmaster, they've gone back and forth between unusual case shapes, making them absolutely massive, up to 47 and 49 millimeters, as well as putting a bunch of different crazy spins on the dial, and none of those ever really hit. Some of them have become collector's models as the years have gone by, but most of them never really sold that well when they were originated, and now they sort of exist in the minds and collections of the Omega fanatics of the world. This is a watch that even if you know nothing about Omega, if you know nothing about the Railmaster history, it's such an incredible, desirable, and simple looking watch, and I think a really great introduction to people who are either looking to get into collecting Omegas or to diversify their collection with a particular model they might not have. I love, love, love how simple this dial is, or the simple the case is, I should say. It's 40 millimeters across, a great size, and it doesn't have a diving bezel or anything like that that's going to sort of cloud your viewing of it, to sort of obscure the dial. It's very simple looking, smooth bezel with a 40 millimeter case and an automatic movement, which is a really, really simple size and thickness. It's not going to have a massive wrist presence. It's small enough that it can dress up, but at 40 millimeters, it's an excellent modern casual watch as well. It has an all brushed finish, which I love. The case and the bracelet definitely take its inspiration from the Aquaterra line, but with all the modern ones, you're going to get a high polished finish with that bracelet. And that's something that looks a little dressier and, of course, is not going to be as durable. It's going to show scratches if it has any significant wear on it. This is a much more simple, classic looking, all brushed finish, even the bezel. So this is a watch you can wear every day and is still going to look in absolutely fantastic condition, whereas a similar looking Aquaterra would collect a bunch of scratches and essentially show its wear a lot more if this was going to be a watch you wear every day. And I think this is definitely a watch that could. One of the probably the most striking feature about this watch is the dial pattern. We have a pair of these right here. They both have this beautiful looking brushed denim inspired pattern, which is great for people who love the look of vintage watches. I definitely consider myself among them, but you don't, or you want to have, let's say, all the technological advancements that would come with a more modern watch. It does have the hard sapphire crystal. It does have a modern anti-magnetic movement, co-axial movement at that. So it's going to be the peak of Omega engineering. And this is a watch that's going to go a long, long, long time without getting serviced. It does have the very classic looking lollipop second hand here, which I love. And you'll notice these are luminous markers. While they do have an aged patina sort of look to them, and the fact that they do look painted on, but these are actually applied markers that are perfectly flush with the dial. It lights up very bright, very gorgeous, and it's so incredibly unsuspecting because you would not think of taking a look at this dial that it would light up like that. But it is, and that's one of the great benefits of getting a watch like this that looks so vintage and classic, but has all the great bells and whistles you would want from a really simple contemporary watch. I started with that one because I wanted to go into the other edition we have. It's essentially exactly the same as this, but it has a beautiful looking denim blue dial. And this is actually my favorite color amongst the two. You might feel differently, but this is so striking. You also get a lot more of the brush pattern on this blue dial, I think. And specifically, I also like that these markers are a little bit lighter looking, not quite as dark as the other ones. Essentially, these two are the same model, the only difference being the color of the dial. They both look incredible. Both of these models come with box and papers, which is something we usually don't care a bunch about, but I would say as many times as Omega has discontinued the Railmaster, if they do the same with this one, which I think they might, the fact that you'll have a full set with this could make this an incredible collector's edition for you Omega collectors who want to have a little bit of everything, a little bit of variety in your Omega collection. This is a great watch, great size. Whether you're a collector who's on your 10th or 15th Omega, or you're looking to get the first one on your wrist, I think this is a watch everyone can appreciate for a lot of different reasons. And if you're one of those people, give us a call and check it out at SwissWatchExpo.com.